Welcome to the No Time Records podcast.
11 point, no, 9, 10? No, yeah, 11.5.
Yeah, I'll be sure to actually record your channel this time, Tommy. I promise.
We have two backups. Maybe I should do a
Yeah, so I'm
Audacity, but
recording. I'm recording your channel. I'm recording both of us together. Okay, so usually how we record this podcast is I record my channel, Tommy, and then I record Tommy's channel on separate tracks. And because I accidentally just did not record Tommy's channel, we're re-recording this. So now I have my channel, Tommy's channel, all of us together, and then I'm using a separate, not OBS system to record as well.
um, I feel like we should uh, do a limited release of the podcast of just your side of the what we recorded Sunday.
We'll put it behind a paywall or something for
Yeah,
people that really, really like the podcast. Yeah, you decided to leave the podcast, but I'm still trying to keep it going, but not
yeah,
changing literally anything. Like,
yeah.
like
Or like if it's like if I died in a car accident, but you're in denial that I actually died.
it's literally just me going, oh yeah, I don't think so. It's just me responding and talking to nothing. It's so weird. And I was editing it and I was like, wait, where's Tommy? And I tried and I just did not even arm your track. And so yeah, so we're re-recording this. Um, but we're just gonna get straight into it because I do feel that this is gonna be a pretty long one.
Yeah,
So starting off with record label news.
that we didn't talk about last time. Well, now Corrupt Vision put out a single. Very proud of this one. It's the first song we've released. It's like the newest song we've recorded in like over a year, right?
Yes.
Called Body Cams Off. We did I think the term is a maxi single, so we released it, brand new song, and then we had a demo and then a live version of it. So we released a taste of that on Friday. Very thankful for all the positivity that it's been receiving from a lot of our fans. So I'm really stoked on that. We finally got up on Spotify today, and Spotify is allowing us to do those like cool like art, like video things with songs now.
Yeah.
So
Oh, really?
when I sent you that video that I gave you no context to, that was me sending it to you so I could download it to my phone and then
Oh,
upload it
it
to
was one of
Spotify.
those like, hey, hold this kind of things. It's alright. I could cut all this part out. So what people don't know, occasionally Tommy and I just send each other things with absolutely no context, and all we say is hold this. That generally means that we're on our desktop and we need to send something to our phones. So the only way that we know like effectively to do that is just to send it each other to Messenger and just ask them to hold this, and then we go on Messenger, we download the thing so we can post it somewhere. I do it a lot. Tommy got it from me. I forgot who I got it from.
So what happened was is I actually had already saved that video to my phone, but I could not find it because I had sent it to myself originally. So I forwarded it from myself to you so that I could re-download it. Because if you download something you already have downloaded, it won't let you do it again. But if you
Really?
forward it, yeah, if you forward it, you can then download it again.
Yeah. So that's some tips and tricks from your pals here at No Time.
Yeah. So if you need to get a photo from your desktop to your phone, that's just send it to your friend, no context.
Yeah, Messenger. And so there are actually two things in the news that I do want to talk about. The first one is about vinyl, and the second one's actually by cassettes or for cassettes.
All right.
So let's start off with the vinyl. But vinyl finally outsells CDs for the first time in decades. And vinyl revenue made up 62% of all physical music revenue this year so far, according to the RIAA.
Which means it's only going to get even like it's going to be it's vinyl still killing it.
Oh yeah, definitely. And to me personally, it does make sense because it's not a casual way to listen to music anymore. Like you need to really be into music to buy a vinyl record.
Or you just think they're cool.
Yeah, you got to be into music. Like you're
Yeah.
not just gonna casually buy a vinyl record.
I feel like the big thing now is just everyone buying them from like what Urban Outfitters and shit. That's like my go-to like if you're like a casual music listener, you're like, "Oh damn, I need this Charlie XCX record." Let me buy that shit from Urban Outfitters, or like, "Oh, I need this new Taylor Swift album. I'm gonna buy it at Urban Outfitters." Like, I'll never forget when we were at a Urban Outfitters on tour, and there was a Lana Del Rey cassette for $20, and I was like, "Damn, they can get it.
Well,
They can get that money."
I feel that no like casual person will actually like be paying that much for like if you're a casual fan of music like that, you're not going to be paying that extraordinarily amount for that. You could just stream it. But if you're actually like super into music, like you want to support the artist, you want to get like this lost semi lossless way to listen to music, you'd get a vinyl.
I feel like it's because it is like record collecting and like owning records is so popular right now that I think it's I think it's a lot of people buying a few things. You know, like it's like, oh, I'm gonna buy a cheap Crosley, and then I'm gonna buy like 10 or so records I have, put them on a shelf, and then probably not buy any more. And I think that's just multiplied so like over and over and over again, right? And then you have like hardcore fans like us who are like just constantly buying like physical formats.
I do think that us like the constant like physical format buying fans, I think that's actually what's driving it because nobody else is going to be buying these vinyl records, let alone CDs.
I'm
Like,
curious.
like no one listens to CDs nowadays.
Yeah, I'm curious if uh it'd be interesting to kind of see like is there like a bunch of hard like of like vinyl sales, is it like just hardcore like people with just shelves and shelves of records, or is it just like a bunch of casual people coming into the collecting world?
I
We
think it's like a healthy mix of both.
Yeah, I already thought this had happened where vinyl outsold CDs. I know that CDs were in the absolute downfall, but is it by units or is it by like money made?
Yeah, it's money made. Of the total physical music revenue in the first half of the year, which was 376 million, 62% of that revenue came from vinyl sales. So yeah, that is a huge chunk as well. That's over half of all, not counting streamings, of all just all physical came from vinyl.
You know what's funny is this reminds me of like in the 2000s when CDs were king. It's like you think of like that's why like I always attribute like CDs to like new metal music, because like new metal was like the biggest thing ever. At the same time, CDs were the biggest thing ever. So it's like so many bands were just putting out like so many CDs in like the early 2000s, and it's like I just always think of like new metal as like the standout genre from that like era of music, and I'm trying to think of like what would be the standout genre of like I guess now kind of everything getting repressed to vinyl. Does that
I
make
think I
sense?
disagree. I think I disagree with you because all of was back then, like in the mid 90s and the early 2000s before Napster really took off, the only way you could listen to a certain song is to buy a CD.
Oh yeah,
So regardless of the music that you listen to, you had to buy a physical CD. Yes, they did sell CD singles, but mostly that was generally for promotional purposes, for radios, for DJs and stuff, to be playing that song. And the only way that you could actually get just one damn song, like let's say you only wanted to listen to like one Limp Bizkit song, you can't. You got to get the entire damn thing. So when Napster came along, that really did revolutionize like the way we consume music. And actually, I did read an article about this. Shaggy, It Wasn't Me. The only way that it got popular was because of Napster, because people were downloading off of Napster, and then DJs were playing it across the country. So the fact that CDs are not making any money is not a shock. Like 48%, well, maybe even less than 48%, because that's just from the total. I actually do want to see how much CDs brought in, because I everybody listening, stop asking us to make you CDs. We're not gonna. They do not sell.
like our local CD manufacturer shut down. So
Oh yeah.
Easy Disc,
Oh,
yeah, no more.
let's see here. All right, you ready for this? 85% of all the money, entirely everything, which is a 4.8 billion dollar industry, music. 85% was streaming.
What I love about like the history of Napster is they essentially just like threw a bomb into the lap of like the recording industry. They're like, you need to deal with this right now.
Yeah, like you need to adapt. And the thing is, Apple kind of embraced that sort of model.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna buy this entire thing. I'm gonna buy one song. $1, I could afford that.
But it was funny. Is like in the early days of like internet, like or selling your music on the internet, people didn't know like what to price music at. So like back in the day, like sometimes you'd have to buy a song from like a artist website for like $5. They didn't, they didn't know how much to charge back then. They didn't know what the appropriate price was. It's like, well, we used to sell 7 inches for $5. Why would we not? Why would it? Yeah, why would we not change the? No, I'm talking about a digital download of a single
Oh,
song.
digital. Yeah. Really, damn. Because I know CDs like at a time like when iTunes was actually like still rolling out like around 2005 2006. I could go into Barnes and Noble and buy a Metallica CD for $25, and even like as a kid, like looking at that, I was like, that's a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, it's so weird now. Like looking at CDs is like this, like the cheap bargain bin shit at a record store. And then they're like, damn, at some point people paid like 18, 19, 20, $30 for these fucking things.
Yeah, immense, immense money.
Actually realizing how cheap they are to produce compared to vinyl is like how so like markup on those things were insane. Well, that also goes back to the whole music as a product versus music as a service thing. Whereas back then, music was considered a product, and now it's considered a service.
Yeah, I agree with you. I do think like music is essential, especially now.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
All right, and speaking of dead formats, we gotta support the boys over at Tapehead City.
They're bringing
Cassette
back
Week. This
No
is
More Cassette
actually
Store Day.
yeah.
Cassette Week.
Fuck Cassette Store Day. It's all about fucking. I'm getting 7 days now. Now we actually did not talk about this when we recorded originally because they have not announced it. But yeah, Tapehead City presents Cassette Week 2020, October 11th through the 17th. So the first round, which I'm assuming, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but there are there's a thick list of artists and like cassettes just coming out. And no, I know what you're all thinking. No Time Records did not sign up because I found out about this literally the day after the signups closed.
I just forgot. No, I didn't have. Well, after Cassette Store Day. Well, normally with Cassette Store Day, we do the baggy split as kind of because we fucking hated Burger, so that was always like a kind of an anti-cassette release or Cassette Store Day release. But then with Burger Records folding, and then Tapehead City kind of taking over. I'm assuming Tapehead City just took over. Like these are all stuff that was going to be released,
Like already.
Yeah, for Cassette Store Day. So I think they just swooped in and was like, hey, you still want to release it in October? Here you go. And I was down to find something to do, but
You forgot.
well, it's just I have so many cassettes already like planned, and like that already like released elsewhere that I was like I didn't have anything like new to release, and just like with like I needed more planning, I guess. So I think if they're gonna keep doing it, I absolutely will be keeping will want to be doing it.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Next year,
and I think like Cassette Store Week, like especially for us as a cassette label, it's a little tough for us because we always release cassettes.
Yeah.
We need to come up with like something that people will actually be interested in. That's why with like the Mad Conductor Cassette Store Day, that's interesting. That was a huge J card. Like that is out of the norm of what we usually do. But I would totally have just like come up with something, like just try to make something interesting and just like out of the ordinary that we don't do. And there are a good amount of artists here, like the Upper Tones, like they're pretty good. Iron Chic, like I'm super stoked on that. I love that record so much.
I think probably if they plan on doing it as a 7-day thing, which looking at their website it is, I'll probably next year might attempt to do something crazy like do a release every day.
Yeah. Also, Mata Mosca's on it. They're from LA.
Yeah, it's pretty tight. I mean, it's really dope, and I'm glad Tapehead City took over, and I always felt like Tapehead City should take over.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're always a big supporter of it. So.
Also, aren't you cool with Blade Records?
Yeah, that's Josh. That's the homie.
Yeah, they're they have a release, The Maples.
I don't know what he's doing. That album's already on because it's already on every format possible.
Yo, don't say that.
Yeah.
Don't say that. They don't know that. Nobody knows that. Maybe he's doing like a special release or something, like a special cassette week. This is sick. I like this a lot. Keep cassettes alive. Wrapping up. This is sick. This is great. I actually just got my Blink-182 cassette from Tapehead City. So yeah, that is great. And speaking of dead formats, video games.
Physical video games.
Yeah, physical video games.
So, as those who don't know, I'm a huge Tony Hawk fan, one of the biggest. And it just came out today or yesterday that it is now the fastest selling Tony Hawk game in the franchise, which is pretty dope. The remaster. So hopefully
Yeah.
I'll be seeing more, Tony Hawks in the future, which I'm very excited about. But we were originally going to go through all of the games, like just how they played and whatnot. But I think I think a better idea was like let's talk about the soundtracks of the first couple games.
Yeah. This is a music podcast, so
This
it
is a
makes
music
sense.
podcast, yeah. So we're gonna. I think the Tony Hawk soundtracks are very important to my, I guess, forming of my tastes of music. Especially my formative years of being whatever, like 8, 9, 10, and so on. Because again, I didn't have internet. I didn't have the ability to find music outside of like what my older sister was listening to and like what was like played on the radio. That sounds like really generic, like what people
Yeah.
in like the 80s and 90s would be like, yeah, my older brother got me into punk. But it's like now it's like you have the internet, you can find literally any type of music ever on your phone. You could listen to pretty much every song at ever recorded at like a second's notice,
Yeah, definitely.
So this, the Tony Hawk games are definitely they help curb my taste. And also, like, when I started going to shows when I was in like high school, and it was like, oh, I know these bands already, this song, or they had a song on Tony Hawk, and I was like, oh, there's like actual music. And like it was like, kind of growing up, I guess, or
Yeah.
like kind of finding out more about it. But the new thing with the new remaster is that it's a mix of the first two game soundtracks, and then they added a bunch of new songs. And to roughly say, I'm not a huge fan of the newest game's soundtrack. I wish that they, I don't know, it felt like that they just picked kind of more popular songs that they liked, and I don't think they actually like pick things that like skaters would listen to. um a lot of the songs don't really, like, guess, fit with like the action happening within the game. And I feel like if they maybe comb through some skate footage of the last couple of years and kind of figure out the songs that they were listening to them, I think they could have curbed their taste a little bit better. But that's, I also don't need to hear Goldfinger in 2020.
Yeah, I think we moved past Goldfinger
I
now.
get why it's in the game. Like, I understand. I was like, that's like the Tony Hawk song. But I just hope after this, like, maybe the music selections get better. And I know that they have the ability to, but especially since this game does so well, maybe they didn't want to spend too much money licensing music. They wanted to see how this one goes.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for the future of the games. But let's get into gonna just talking about a bunch of old game soundtracks from games 20 years ago. And
Yeah.
kind of see,
Oh,
it's also, these kind of work as like almost kind of time capsules of music of the time. A little bit, really depends. Some stuff's a little bit older, some stuff's like definitely came out around that era. So, well, you got Pro Skater 1 loaded up.
yeah. Oh, you don't want to talk about my upbringing with Tony Hawk?
You hate Tony Hawk.
I fucking hate the Tony Hawk series.
Yeah, you don't play him.
And well, yeah, and the thing with like the whole like having this as an barrier to entry for music, like I understand it. This is not how I was introduced to any of these bands. In middle school, I had like a bunch of friends, and they were like super into punk and like hardcore and like heavy metal. And I was like, hey, like I kind of want to hang out with you guys. And I was like, all right, well, we do this on this day. Also, check out these bands, like you might like them. And I checked out like early punk, like the Misfits, the Ramones, and then I got into like Black Sabbath and stuff, and I was like, damn, this shit is sick. And then I've never listened to a Tony Hawk's like soundtrack and be like, this is good, like, or like this is like my new favorite band. Like it's filled with like great bands and like great music, but it's just not the way that I was introduced to many of these bands.
Well, the other thing with me was I knew the song, and maybe if I looked at the credits, I knew the band behind it, but that was it. That was the end of that. It wasn't until
That's the extent.
yeah, it wasn't until I was like, oh, I hear that song from this band, and I go, oh, I hear another song. Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, I'm a Dead Kennedys fan now. It was like, no, I knew Police Truck. and was like, "That's it." That
This
was
is
the
like
extent
one
of
of their worst songs too.
Yeah, really
Not,
thinking about it.
not to get too ahead of it, but yeah, it's one of the worst songs
Yeah, I
that
was thinking
Dead
about
Kennedys
this
have made.
because they put Holiday in Cambodia in one of the later games, and I was like, "This fits so much better." No, they put California Uber Alice in one of the later games, and I was like, "Damn, this is actually a better song."
Yeah.
But
All right, but let's get on with it. The first one. So that is the Dead Kennedys police truck, the Ernies here now, even rude, vilified, Goldfinger, Superman, Primus, Jerry was a race car driver, Speed Dealer, Screamer, Nothing to Me, Suicidal Tendencies, Psychovision, Suicide Machines, New Girl, Unsane, Committed, and the Vandals, Eurobarge.
so definitely a lot of rock.
Yeah.
The PAL versions, I believe, had hip hop songs.
Yeah, there's AIM, Aquaski, and Grand Unified.
So, but I think we'll just talk about the
American ones, because that's what we're used to, I guess.
That's what we would have played. So yeah, all punk. If I'm correct, Tony specifically, I think had, I don't know if he handpicked all of the music, but I think he approved all of the music.
Oh,
I don't know if
okay,
he,
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he was specifically like, I want this, 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 and this, but I think it was like if songs were brought to him, he would go, I like this, I don't like this. I think that's how it worked.
Oh, okay.
But he had the earlier time he had a very good he had a big kind of he was a big producer of the games and kind of always has been. He's always kind of had his hand in it a little bit.
Yeah.
As much as I think he can, you know, the non-technical, more of like, hey, you're representing skate culture, you know, correctly. But how do you feel about the soundtrack?
There's a lot of good songs on this.
Yeah.
There are a couple interesting things for trivia wise. So System of a Down's War was actually a placeholder.
Which I think would have been a great song.
Yeah, also unrelated to the songs, but Bruce Willis was also he was a placeholder character in the game as well.
Yeah,
because Neversoft made an earlier game. Oh god, what game was it?
Apocalypse,
yeah. And so they, during the early levels, they just it's just a placeholder. But I think that would have been great. That's a great song. System of a Down's a great band.
I wonder if they just never licensed it, or was like, hey, we need to test the music, and it's like, well, I don't want to. I won't get sick of hearing this song over and over again.
Well, I got Napster. But yeah, there's a lot. Dead Kennedys, they're a great band. Minus Police Truck, awful song. It's very problematic now. Goldfinger, Superman. It's okay. It's a good song. I hate how we're still like drooling over it to this fucking day.
I mean, it is the Tony Hawk song. When I think about when you talk about Pro Skater, especially the Pro Skater series, it is like the Tony Hawk song, right?
Yeah.
So I get why it's so prominent in the new game and whatnot.
No, not just the new game, in pop culture in general. Like when you think of ska, it's Goldfinger's Superman. Like
from Tony Hawk, specifically from Tony. Yeah, that's how everyone knows it. I would say
when you bring up Goldfinger, oh, the band from Tony Hawk, like that is, and oh, is that better or worse than being a one-hit wonder? I want to say better. I want to say a little better.
I was thinking about that because I was like, because I was playing Tony Hawk last night, and I was like, damn, it would be kind of cool if Corrupt Vision was in this. But then I was thinking, I was like, do I really want to be known as like a Tony Hawk band? Like you're forever known as that, I guess.
And I feel like Goldfinger is literally the only band that has that stigma. Like I don't think of like the Vandal, Unsane. I do not think of Unsane as a Tony Hawk band.
I don't think of Primus as a Tony Hawk band.
Not at all.
I don't think of Suicide Machines, but like Goldfinger, just like, yep, Tony Hawk.
It's unfortunate, yeah, but
what's even funnier is like New Girl. I think is a way better ska song.
Oh, definitely. But here's the thing: the Suicide Machines do not sound like that anymore.
No, they do not.
Like there are two previous records, not the one that just came out. Extremely political, extremely heavy, extremely hard hitting. It is not New Girl. Even like their poppy ska songs, it's very looking inward, like this is what's wrong with me, and it does not sound like New Girl or Van song. Yeah. And I do kind of wish that people would listen to those other two Suicide Machines records, but Destruction by Definition is an amazing record. But Matching Some Gasoline, oh my god, so good. I think that record is a whole lot better than their first one.
Yeah. And what's funny, again, I didn't grow up with PlayStation with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 or 2. It wasn't until these games came, I was able to play these games later. So I don't have much affinity for the first two soundtracks we'll talk about.
Oh, but I just, dude, real quick, Unsane. Holy shit! I think they just broke up, didn't they? Yeah, they did. They're a noise rock, like post-hardcore band. All of their like album covers are pretty much just fucking murder scenes. Like, have you seen the Unsane covers?
I have not.
Oh my god, they're literally like gore, like just it's just like gore and blood and just like just bodies and shit, and it's literally like a casual person is like, oh my god, like I don't see how you have a casual listener of Unsane. Even the album that the song that this one is from, it's a lot tamer than all their other stuff. It's just like a little like building just splattered with blood, but it's still very not pleasant to look at. I guess that would be the word. But I fucking love Unsane so much. They're so fucking good, and I'm kind of surprised they're on
it's
here.
also like, and it's like they're not even like gore grind.
Oh no, they just like, hey, you know what's cool? Decapitated bodies. But yeah, that in the speaking of decapitated bodies,
Pro Skater 2?
Pro Skater, Pro Skater 2.
I don't know how that works at all.
No, Blood Brothers. That's why.
Yeah, that song's awful.
Oh, that's a shit song. But yeah, Pro Skater 2, which there's a lot more songs.
Yeah, I don't know how they figured out. I was like, hey, we could fit more. No, because it was like it's still in the same format, so it's like it's funny. It's actually the N64 version had instrumental or just like cut versions of all the songs so that they could fit.
Oh man.
So let's see what Blood Brothers, Papa Roach, Bring the Noise with Anthrax and Public Enemy, Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine, Pin the Tail on the Donkey by Naughty by Nature, You by Bad Religion, When Worlds Collide by Power Man 5000, No Cigar by Mala Conan, B-Boy Document 99 by The High and Mighty featuring Mos Def and Mad Skills, Cyclone by the Dub Pistols, May 16 by Lagwagon, Subculture by Styles of Beyond, Heavy Metal Winter by Consumed, Evil Eye by Fu Manchu, Out with the Old by Alley Life, and 5 Lessons Learned by Swinging Utter. So they started doing more hip-hop.
Yes. Which is nice. It does show that skaters do have like a big eclectic taste of music.
Yeah, and I definitely think the previous soundtrack was also like extreme skaties, 90s punk, hard rock, yeah. This one's like, oh shit, let's actually maybe figure out what people are listening to.
Yeah.
I like this play. I like this this more than the first. I feel like You by Bad Religion is a great song. No Cigar by Malik Conan, May 16th by Lagwagon, and they kind of have like kind of the big four of like pop punk at the time. So then, apparently on the PlayStation version of the game, after the song You by Bad Religion is finished, it takes too long for the next song to start. And they think that it's because the developers just didn't look into that enough. So maybe people are just like, damn, this has like a dramatic effect. Damn, this Bad Religion song's deep. I gotta think about it while I'm doing this fucking kickflip.
It's just developer oversight. But damn, I wish I knew which was Tony Hawk's like favorite song in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, Tommy.
Apparently right here it says that it's No Cigar.
Yeah, in an interview in '99, Tony Hawk himself stated that his favorite song in the game was No Cigar by Millencolin. How do you say that? Is it Millencolin?
Melee Colon.
Melee. I don't
Colon.
know. I like them. They're a good band.
I think my favorite tidbit is that Blood Brothers by Papa Roach was featured years later in the game Flat Out 2. However, the song only played in the stunts mini games, and it was a reduced quality version. I don't know how you can make a Papa Roach song
reduced
worse.
Quality, but they did it. It's a feat. Congratulations, we did it. So there are also a lot of different releases too.
So there's songs only in the pro. So like in the videos, like in the game, you can collect videotapes and then you can watch like pro reels from like skaters. It was like a big appeal back then again because the internet didn't exist. So like the only way you could see like skateboarding like clips was like this and like maybe like going to like a
skate shop.
So Karen Campbell's videos. Professional skateboarder Karen Campbell's has 2 songs that are not in the like playlist. Like you can't listen to them except in his tape. It was Born Outlaw by City Stars and then the Pro Skater 2 theme. the
Oh, my
menu
favorite.
theme.
Yeah, my favorite.
The
Uh,
Korean release of the game had 7 more songs, all by the same band,
Fin KL.
Thinkill. Which I
Fin.
wonder if that was like, is that like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like, is that like was that like maybe Activision Korea had like a band that they, is that like is that like a band on staff in Activision Korea to like make music for them, or is that just like a pop group or like a popular
Well,
group?
it's a K-pop group.
Really?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of cute Korean girls singing. So I gotta do the sick ass kickflip. I gotta do fucking gainers.
And did do gainers off the Empire State Building?
Give me one fucking sec. There's no way this is real. Hold up. I need to listen to this. There's no way that this is like a real thing that they put in the game. Hold up. This has to be fake. Oh wow, there were actually exclusive characters in the Korean version of Tony Hawk.
Who are the exclusive? Is it the members of the group?
Yep. Okay, hold up. I'm playing it right now. White, Finn KL, Tony. Dude, this is okay. So it's literally just K-pop. That's so weird. What? I did not know that.
That's the best kickflip in music.
Kick. I mean, they both start with K. K-pop.
Hey, there you go.
The K in K-pop actually stands for kickflip pop.
I mean, you have to realize, like, I'm surprised there's not more localization in these. I'm surprised there's not more like Eastern European release and Australia. I'm surprised, like, you're picking songs from, like, could be completely ignorant about where a lot of these bands may be coming from, but like you're putting American music into an American video game and then gonna shove it out like into the world. Skateboarding sure doesn't really have the idea of a skateboarding game could appeal to like people from other countries,
Yeah.
but like when you
skating
have
is worldwide.
yeah, but when you have music that's so specific to America, I could totally understand. Like, yeah, maybe we should change this if we're selling it somewhere else.
Speaking of that, a while ago, like I actually was gonna try to pre-order this, but like around like the time that Rock Band was getting really big in America, Japan was actually gonna get an exclusive version of Rock Band, and they just canceled it. Like they had songs, they had everything ready, like everything lined up, and they just canned it because they thought it was just not gonna sell.
Isn't Japan like huge on like peripheral gaming?
Oh yeah, dude. They have Drum Mania. They have Guitar Hero. No, Guitar Kitadora. There's Dance Dance Revolution. Obviously, dude. Japan loves rhythm games, and I think this would have sold fucking great.
Yeah.
It's just they just thought like, oh, we don't think the Japanese would be interested, which is also like a thing that also happened like early on in video games. Like there was a lot of things changed from the original Japanese versions when porting them over, like for the NES and the SNES, specifically like the whole Mario thing. Mario 2, how we got their game Doki Doki Panic because Mario 2 was, I'm doing air quotes, too hard for Americans.
Which
So
funny.
I do think that, dude, I played fucking Mario 2. It's really hard.
Well, you know what? To me, it makes sense because it's like, all right, you beat Mario 1. Here's more hard.
Yeah,
It makes
Mario,
sense, right? Like it's like, okay, make it harder.
But like I do like how you said like, wow, I sound like I'm talking like on a discussion forum at school, but I do like how you said that it'd be nice if they localized it for certain like markets, like they did with the Korean one. But I think the Korean version they could have done a little better.
Instead of just having one act, one band.
Yeah, it's just one band, 7 songs, K-pop. Like, all right, this is what you want, right? But there is actually an iOS release. They have different. I actually don't know any of these artists.
I know Bobot Adrenaline only because they had a song in a later Tony Hawk game, and I know Murs.
Oh, Murs! Well, I know him. He's from Hip Hop DX.
Yeah, so other than that, I don't know. Killing California, Now I'm in You, Late Night Condition Savior, Goonies Never Say Die, Everyone Comes to Life, Nathan Alexander, The Alchemist, The Lions Rampant, 7030, Operatic, Interested in Machines, Murs and Terrace, Martin, Fresh Kicks, Bobot Adrenaline, Raced Use, and the Spanks Just Dance. Due to licensing issues, so they're like, hey, we're not throwing any money at this. It's funny, I guess, when you probably sign up for these, hey, you could put our song in your game, is probably like it's going to be on, these 3 versions, and maybe that's actually why it's so hard to maybe re-release these games, because it's like, oh, we have to drop contrast for all the music that we used.
Yeah. Also, Tommy, I know you're a big Tech Moan fan. but he actually does not have a video on this, so we gotta get him on the phone. But what the fuck is a Pocket PC? I just looked it up and it looks like a PDA. It looks like a pre-smartphone, but apparently it plays video games. And the Pocket PC version of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 has 5 songs, and just like the iOS version, the soundtrack only features 5 songs due to licensing issues. And I have not heard any of these either.
I have not either. The Clutters, Ryan Young, Kissinger Delegate, and Oranger. I'll have like it almost sounds like a fake band. Like all of those just sound fake.
I was like, "Hey, you have a guitar, right? We got to make music for this game. Can you help us out?"
I bet I want to meet the best Pocket PC player of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
So it looks like it originally started in 2000. The Pocket PC was released in 2000 and was discontinued in 2005.
Man, they tried.
No,
like,
in 2007. I'm sorry, but there are thousands of applications that exist for the Microsoft Pocket PC, many of which are freeware, of 2010. So you could buy this and actually use it.
And now at this point, you just have a phone.
Oh, dude, there's literally no use for this. But unless you want to play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. But Tommy, what do you think of the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 soundtrack? The original soundtrack, and not the Nintendo 64, not the Korean, not the iOS, not the Pocket PC.
Solid, very solid.
Oh yes, definitely.
A lot better. I think they expanded their reach. The Bring the Noise track is a little weird because it's a remix with Anthrax.
Yeah, it's like the metal one.
Yeah, I'd rather just hear the real version. Is there a real version?
Yeah, there is. There's because the Bring the Noise, the Anthrax version, is a cover.
Yeah, so I was about to say, like, or is that one of those weird mashup albums? But I think those came later.
No, yeah, I do think that Bring the Noise can be credited to the creation of rap metal, or new metal as we call it, and those weird amalgamations of like, I play this genre, but this song is not my genre. I'ma play that and cover it pretty badly. Bring the Noise by Anthrax is kind of a shit song, but I understand why it is important. But so Guerrilla Radio, Rage Against the Machine, oh my god, yes.
So wait, is there an Anthrax song called Bring the Noise?
There's a Public Enemy song called Bring the Noise.
For a second, I was like, I thought there was also an Anthrax song named Bring the Noise, and then like, hey, you know what we should do? Flavor Flav on the phone.
Yeah, but get Flavor Flav on the phone, please.
And I think, you know, what's funny is like, if this was like early 90s and we heard a rap group over a metal band, I'd be like, what in the fuck is this? Now it's like, yeah, everyone does that.
Yeah, like, it'd be weird if you didn't now. I love the No Control, Bad Religion. That album is so fucking... I love that record so much. It's I think it's up there, like, on one of the Bad Religion's better albums. I just really do find it funny that there's just, like, a long pause after the song ends. And Worlds Collide, Power Man 5000, you're into that industrial new metal sound?
That is like my favorite. That's my favorite guilty pleasure song. If I sometimes on Tony Hawk, I'll just turn off everything except that song. To me, that song I can't, like, to me that song is like, hear that, I'm like, yo, is this a wrestling match right now?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's legit a great song. Like, that is a good, like, pop crossover song.
Yeah.
I
really enjoy that song.
Yeah. No Cigar, Millencolin, dude. Millencolin's so good. I don't think they get enough credit. Like, they're a very solid band. Like, they're damn solid, and I do like Millencolin a lot. May 16, Lagwagon, Let's Talk About Feelings is an amazing album. It's not as good as Haas or... Well, I'm torn between Let's Talk About Feelings, Haas, or Blaze. Like,
yeah.
Those 3 records are so fucking good. And I do think, like, Blaze is, like, kind of their return to form, but they're still trying to, like, add more experimentation to it. But Let's Talk About Feelings is such a good record. Like, holy shit. Rage Against the Machine's Guerrilla Radio?
Yeah, that's a fucking... To me, not my favorite Rage Against the Machine song, but, like, if you're gonna throw one, like, in a game, I was like, yeah, that'd probably... Like, it'd be weird to try to skate to, like,
Killing in the
Name of.
Bullet in the Head, like, ooh. Fu Manchu, holy shit. That is... The action is go... That record is so fucking good. Like, that is That's some good fucking like stoner rock like goodness. They're actually from California too.
I would imagine.
Wait, are
I
they
mean,
from California? Did I just say that?
most bands are.
Yeah, California stoner. So it's pretty much like members of Caius. I don't know if you heard of Caius, but
Not heard of Caius.
Fu Manchu. Oh, dude, they're so fucking good. The Action of the Go is a great fucking record, and that's actually when I was first starting to get into music. A lot of my friends were like, "Hey, listen to this band, listen to that band," like I mentioned earlier, and I was like super into Black Sabbath. And I was like, dude, this is great. Are there any more bands like that? And then I remember one of my friends like, dude, there's a whole genre like this. Like check out like Caius, Fu Manchu, and I started listening to a lot of like stoner metal and like sludge metal. And then I got into like, now I was originally like I like this super slow, heavy like kind of music. And then I found Cannibal Corpse, and I was like, fuck all this shit. Like I'm going this way. So if I
screaming.
Yeah, if I've never listened to Cannibal Corpse, I probably will still be into like the stoner rock scene of California. Like,
Your hair would be much longer.
oh yeah, my hair will be hella longer. And Swinging Utters, I do not think that Swinging Utters gets. I think they are one of the most underrated bands on Fat Records, like hands down. Like Swinging Utters are so fucking good, and I just like nobody fucking talks about them. Probably because of the $ in their name. But they are so fucking good.
You can't find them.
Yeah,
do we put them in S? Do we put them in S, or do we put them near the numbers and symbols?
Yeah, it's oh god, yeah, they're so fucking good, and they do not get enough credit.
Speaking of not getting enough credit, Pro Skater 3, I think the most underrated Pro Skater is Pro Skater 3. I think is the most underrated one because everyone always talks about how great 1 and 2 were. Skater 3 is like everything that those were and better. Plays the best. It has the best, like, I think one of the best controlling games. I don't know so much about the soundtrack, but the level diversity was great. It was a lot more colorful of a game, and overall, I just think a better experience. But I digress. I'd love to see it remade, but let's talk about this.
AFI, The Boy Who Destroyed the World, which is AFI's last like super punk EP. Adolescence, Amoeba, Alien Ant Farm, Wish. Oh. Body Jar, Not the Same, CKY, 96 Quite Bitter Beings, Del the Funky Homo Sapien, If You Must, Guttermouth, I'm Destroying the World, House of Pain, I'm Swinging It, KRS-One, Hush, The Mad Capsule Markets, Pulse, Motorhead, Ace of Spades, The Next Men, Among the Madness, Ozomatli, Cut Chemist Sweet, The Ramones, Blitzkrieg Bop, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Fight Like a Brave, Redman, Let's Get Dirty, Reverend Horton's Heat, I Can't Surf, very fitting for this game. Roland's Band, What's the Matter, Man? Exhibit, Paparazzi, Zebra Head, check.
This is I like the soundtrack. I mean, this to me is like I look at this and go, yeah, this is what I listened to growing up. Just funny because I feel like the other two had, I think, a lot more in the sense of like the other ones were more of the music I would listen to now than this. Although KRS-One, that's a great song. The Ramones Blitzkrieg Bop, I'm like, that's like what their song, like that's the Ramones song.
Yeah.
Adolescence, Amoeba.
Oh, great! That's a great fucking song right there. I fucking love the AFI song too. I love AFI. Also, Alien Ant Farm, Wish. Were you big into Alien Ant Farm?
I only recently got into Alien Ant Farm. You know what a bad time to get into Alien Ant Farm was? Like any time past 2003.
Have you heard of Anthology, like their entire record? Is it good? Like I've never like fully like listened to it.
I like I'm gonna be honest, the only let's see, there's Movies. That song's dumb.
They released that song like 3 times as a single.
They really tried. There's one where they did like I forgot what the song was called, but they did like when they were trying to do like viral music videos before like that was a real thing. They were like crashing like events and stuff, and they crashed like the BET Awards.
Oh yeah, I remember watching that video. That's like so fucking like so far up your ass. Like there's like a award ceremony of people celebrating black music, and then you're just like, I'm gonna play my shitty rock music over this.
It's also all white dudes.
Yeah. If you didn't guess that a band called Alien Ant Farm from the new metal genre was all white dudes.
Also, are most known for covering Michael Jackson, "Smooth Criminal." So that's, I mean, that song is bigger than their entire
Oh yeah,
band, and
definitely.
it's still a cover. So what is it? It's like if you fucking if your cover song's your hit, you're like
Yeah,
doomed.
you might as well just give up. Also earlier we did say that Superman was like, if it's good to just like be a one hit wonder or be known for being a song in a video game. CKY 96 Quite Bitter Beings. I know that song because of this game, because of Tony Hawk. It's a good song. Holy shit, it's a good song. I literally cannot name any other CKY song like at all.
I think also that helped. I think, well, this is also Bam Margera's first introduction into the series, and then this is also like when Jackass was like kind of
Big.
the
Yeah.
height, big. So that kind of makes sense. That I know that this song was also big with like the Jackass crowd because like that's Bam's brother.
Yeah. I'm trying to think like what his early. Oh, it was just called CKY. Yeah, CKY was Bam Margera's produced video series was called CKY as well.
Can't kill yourself. So it's so confusing that like your brother has a band called Can't Kill Yourself, and then you have a video series called Can't Kill You.
Yeah.
It's just like, did you both are like, no, I'm
It's like,
using
no,
the name.
I'm
No,
using
I'm
the
using
name.
the name.
I'm using No Time Records. No, I'm using No Time Records.
I'm gonna use Corrupt Vision for my gaming league. Like, no, I'm gonna use it for my band.
Oh, that is actually that is actually a thing. Yeah.
It's true. That's why we don't have Corrupt Vision. That's why we don't have Corrupt Vision
Yeah.
on Instagram, because it's give it to a gaming like a gaming team that never
Yep.
did anything.
What do you think of Del the Funky Homo Sapien?
I love that. I have one of his albums. He's a very, I really enjoy his like demeanor and like how he delivers like his. I love how he raps, and I love like the sound of his voice and how he delivers, what he's saying.
I think he's.
That song.
Oh
Great.
yeah, I think he is. His work with Deltron 3030, so fucking good.
And I like that song a lot because it's like the most anti-crusty.
Oh yeah,
song.
definitely.
It's just about like, if you just smell like shit, you gotta take a shower.
It's not. I don't want to say that entry level music is bad at all. No, some of the, like quote unquote entry level, like the music that people who gatekeep something shame people for listening to. Like, I think that's still valid, and I think when you're trying to get into alternative hip hop, Del the Funky Homo Sapien is like a good like entryway. Does that make sense? And I'm not saying like, oh, that's a bad thing or anything. Like Del the Funky Homo Sapien is an amazing artist.
He's fun to listen to, and he's a good rapper. God, what else is on this list? I hate that Red Hot Chili Pepper song still to this day. I skip it every
This
time.
was before they got like super poppy.
Like a brave. Oh, yeah, but there's times where like I didn't know if it was Red Hot Chili Peppers or Primus.
I'm assuming you don't like Red Hot Chili Peppers. Damn.
I don't like Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What about Guttermouth? I never liked Guttermouth.
I was super into just specifically that song.
I've never liked them. They're never good.
I tried listening to them otherwise. There was a time in high school where I was like, I need to listen to all of the punk standards, and Guttermouth was in my repertoire, and then like
yeah, they're not good. Reverend Horton Heat, I hate Psychobilly, but I feel that Reverend Horton Heat could get a pass, even though he did play Sturgis. I think he could get a pass because he's a really fucking good guitar player. Blitzkrieg Bob, the Ramones, ooh, it's a classic. It's Blitzkrieg Bob. It's far from their Ramones' best song. I think that is My Brain's Hanging Upside Down or Bonzo Goes to Pittsburgh, which that's like a whole lot later, but like the cornerstone of punk rock, I think it can be traced to Blitzkrieg Bob, or well, other earlier songs, which is a podcast in itself. But what do you think of Motorhead's Ace of Spades?
What I talked about the last time, where
the last episode.
This is the most fucking. This is the most fucking record store day thing. That's to me probably one of my favorite Motorhead songs.
Really?
I think it's part of me is like because that's like what I heard the most growing up. But it's like it's fast. Obviously, it's metal, but it's got enough punk edge to it. It's a fun song to skate to.
Yeah,
it's actually it's the song that plays in the title credits.
Oh, really? Oh, and It's funny how you say that because I do think Motorhead is like in that weird like gray area that like they're still considered metal, but holy shit, they're so fucking fast for the time, and like a lot of people do consider them like the forefathers of like hardcore punk and speed metal and like thrash metal, which I totally agree. Because if you listen to Overkill, and then you listen to like whatever the fuck Iron Maiden was doing at the time, I was like, dude, there's no comparison. Like Motorhead's so fucking fast.
I still think Motorhead is like a pretty solid punk band, but I feel no, sorry, it's a pretty solid metal band. But I definitely see their appeal in other hardcore music genres.
Oh yeah, definitely. Also, the look of the album cover, not the vinyl, not the picture disc, but the look of them of the album cover on Ace of Spades, where they're all dressed like DB Banditos. I think that is extremely influential in the crust punk scene, and no one, absolutely no one, can change my mind. Have you seen the fucking cover?
I have seen the cover.
Google it right now and fucking look at it and tell me that they're not in a DB band. Don't they look like they're in a fucking DB band?
It's like just throw on cowboy hats and ponchos.
Oh, they're so fucking good though.
You got 'em.
The last band that I do want to talk about, at least on my end, is the Mad Capsule Markets, and they're actually a Japanese, quote unquote, digital hardcore band, and they're actually really fucking sick. And if you haven't heard of the Mad Capsule Markets, fucking check them out.
Yeah, it has I think this song specifically has the Almond Brothers break just over
legendary.
and over and over and over again.
Yeah, the Mad Capsule Markets are a fucking phenomenal band. And from there, there's actually like nothing good on here. There's actually like super good. So there actually was a music that was inspired by so like I guess somebody like played the game and was like, you know what, I wish we need more of this.
It was released with the game. I to me I think it was just them like wanting to cash in on
the trend.
The game coming, yeah, it's like, oh shit, you could buy the game and now also the CD.
But the weird thing is, like, these weren't from these songs were not in the game. It actually only 2 of them were.
Yeah, I was gonna buy that CD late like a while ago, like I was on Discogs, and then I was like, I don't want this. It's like none of the same songs.
Damn. So it is What's the Matter with Parents Today, NoFX, like one of their worst songs. Summer by Sum 41, which it's a decent song on that album. Wish by Alien Ant Farm. You tell me that. Pennywise, Whose Side Are You On? Followed by Drowning Tool. The best fucking song on here, Bombs Over Baghdad by Outkast. New World Order, One Side Zero. Infest, Papa Roach. Pepper, Millencolin, Questions, Hometown Hero. Melt Me Down, Pressure 4-5. Cut Chemist Sweet, Ozomalty, and Deftones, Head Up.
Yeah, I don't know why this exists. Probably other than to just capitalize on the fact that
yeah, there's literally no reason for this to exist. It does Papa Roach still hold up? I don't think so. Okay, so skip this. Don't buy this on Discogs. You could literally listen to Bombs Over Baghdad anywhere and save yourself the money.
But things you can't listen to anywhere. Pro Skater 4 soundtrack.
There are so many fucking songs on this. We're not gonna read them all. Let's do some fucking trivia because there's actually some interesting things here. The song, okay, this one fucking kills me because I love Agent Orange. They're a huge inspiration of me. But the song Bloodstains is mistakenly called Blood Kills in the Game. That's some dumb Napster shit right there. That's some fucking LimeWire shit.
Check that. Dude. I will have to double check that. That's funny as shit.
Oh, do you have the game?
Yeah, I'll load it up later and see if that's actually what it's.
Oh man, and the song Beach Blanket Bong Out is listed as Beach Blanket Bong Load because the word bong out actually means to smoke a lot of marijuana from a bong. How did you fix anything? How is anything? I think that sounds worse than Beach Blanket Bong Out.
I feel like you should have just called it like BBB.
Yeah. Neversoft, hire Tommy. I know they're dead. but but yeah, Tommy just fixed this. Like I think bong load sounds worse than bong out. Also, I'm straight edge, but that song rips.
Bloodstains has the word kill in Sometimes I'd Rather Cure, censored on the PS1 version. Additionally, the words fine wine and rich girls fine wine is replaced with speed kills.
Why?
So what?
What?
So kill is censored.
What are you
But
doing?
speed kills is not censored.
But speed kills in the actual. What is this?
Rich girls, speed kills, fast car,
Speed kills.
speed kills.
Why would you do Agent Orange dirty like that? But okay, so there's a bunch of songs we're not gonna read
At
them
that
out.
point, just not put the song in.
Yeah, just take it out. Fuck it. If you have to do this much, but real quick, there are Polish exclusive tracks. I've heard none of these, but there are 9 Polish exclusive tracks, and the PC and Mac versions actually have 2 exclusive songs by this band called Lunchbox Avenue. Who the fuck are they trying to steal my Instagram handle? But they Tommy, you are going to fucking hate me for saying this. So, Lunchbox Avenue is a punk band from Austin, Texas. They were only together 2 years and released 1 album. And 2 songs off of that album are on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater.
How the fuck did they land that?
That's what I was thinking when I read that too. And they're just like a regular pop punk band. I was like, what the fuck did you have to do? So I looked them all up, all the members. No one's like a pro skater or anything.
What if they just knew someone on the fucking...
They knew someone developing the PC and Mac version.
So how do they pick a random punk band from Austin, Texas, who just so happened to exist at the same time that the game was coming out?
You know, Daniel Johnston, when he was living in Austin, Texas, he heard that MTV was actually in the area. And what he did for one of their recording sessions is that he just walked on stage. Like he just got in line for like artists that are playing and just got on stage and played one of his best songs. And I kind of feel like that's what Lunchbox Avenue did. They just snuck their way on.
Like, we'll just... Hey, fuck it, dude. You want to get on the Tony Hawk? Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'm there.
Just
Like, who are these guys? I don't know. I don't know where this file came from, but
it's
yeah,
a
whatever.
fucking game now.
Get them on.
So let's see.
But yeah, go through your favorite song.
ASAP Rock Labor. That's kind of the first. That was my first introduction to like really weird rap. Like
Yeah.
not even ASAP Rock's like not that weird, but he's very he's not. He's out there.
He's very technical.
Yes.
Yeah.
AC/DC's TNT, which is also the title track. I was super into just specifically that song. Now I'm like I would not be caught dead listening to AC/DC. Idea and Abilities, Big Shots, which is kind of funny because like Idea and Ability songs are very depressing and serious, and Big
Yeah.
Shots is a song literally about like beating up a high school like it's about like a high school bully like being better than you, and then like a girl
Aw.
taking money, like taking advantage of you, and then them themselves being the big shots taking advantage of you. And it's like a song where you get talked down to the whole time. I love the song, trust me. Distiller, Seneca Falls. I think that's probably one of the best Distiller songs. Toy Dolls, Dig That Groove Baby. That's such a fun song. System of a Down, Shimmy. That was the first time I ever listened to System of a Down. Run DMC, My Adidas. That's a fun song. Public Enemy, By the Time I Get to Arizona. A weird song.
Do you go to Arizona in the game?
No. You go to the UK, which makes sense why Sex Pistols are in Anarchy in the UK is in there. Same with
Yeah.
and then Zeke's Death Alley, which is a fun song.
Oh.
US Bombs, which did not age well. Goldfinger Spokesman. It's like, hey, you know what? They worked again. Get them in here.
Get 'em on.
Yeah. Does anyone think about Spokesman? Nope. Less Than Jake. All My Best Friends Are Metalheads, though, which I think is probably one of the best Less Than Jake songs.
Really? I highly disagree. Jason Jake has a million times better time
Love
songs.
that song. I'm not a huge Less Than Jake fan anymore, but Rocket from the Crypt, Savior Fairy, I'm like, no, I'm mispronouncing that like crazy.
Xavier Fair?
Think so?
They're from San Diego, aren't they? Yeah, they are.
And I know that because if you go into anything somewhat punk related in San Diego, you will see a Rocket to the Crypt sticker slapped fucking everywhere.
Yeah, I fuck. They're a
It's
great
like
band.
Authority Zero and Phoenix.
Oh yeah, they were actually signed to Cargo Records, which that's a trip.
I'm trying to think what else is on. Flogging Molly, Drunken Lullabies. The Faction, Skate and Destroy. Let's see what else. Um. The Offspring, Blackball, and let's see if there's anything other stick. Oh, and NWA's Express Yourself, which like that was my first experience with NWA. I never,
Yeah.
I didn't. That song's very like laid back and kind of fun. Then like you hear the rest of their music, like oh, they're very violent. Let's see, off Pro Skater 4. No, I think that's a good kind of Hot Rodder music, Bouncing Souls, Avail. They got It's a good soundtrack, and this is also pretty lengthy. You know, you won't get sick of hearing these songs over and over again. At least not as quickly. And this also, I think, set off for all the Tony Hawks to just have just long fucking soundtracks at this point.
Yeah, and like a good mix
Yeah.
as well.
I'm gonna cut into Underground soundtrack and call it.
No, you did not even talk about fucking Hot Water music and like how important they are to like modern pop punk. Like Hot Water music, like this is like Freightliners, like from the album where they got super when like they're one of their early albums where they were more like grunge. And if you listen to like those early Hot Water music records and you listen to like soft grunge like Citizen Basement, like holy shit, like you know where those bands got their sound from. Like Hot Water music is extremely influential, especially in like modern pop punk. And AC/DC's TNT, that song sucks.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's all I got. Oh, and Bloodstains, Agent Orange, Bloodstains. Bloodstains, I think it's kind of like one of their weaker songs, but that entire record that it comes from, Living in Darkness, is fucking amazing. It's an amazing record, and everyone should listen to it.
It's really cool as with the Tony Hawk games, and they kind of kept this tradition going of like City Stars is Karen Campbell's band, and Muska Beats is Chad Muska, like making music that like if there's a pro skater that made music, they would put them in the game. Like
definitely.
Mike Valley had a hardcore punk band that he used to front called Mike V and the Rats, and those songs ended up in the later games as well. Let's do Underground and call it because Underground's a very long album.
I'm sorry, you need to put some respect on this game soundtrack. MTV Music Award Best Video Game Soundtrack winner in 2004, Tony Hawk's Underground.
I mean, that makes sense. This to me, this and Mike V and the Rats. This 78. And Pro Skater 4 probably too. Let's see what they got.
78 fucking songs. 78 songs, 77 used in game, 1 used exclusively in a skate video, which fucking Do You Still Hate Me by Jawbreaker is the fucking song. Holy shit. I love that song so fucking much. God, Jawbreaker's so fucking good. Actually, Jawbreaker was playing in the Bay Area, and I was like really debating getting off of work like at 2 p.m., driving all the way to the Bay Area, and literally just watch Jawbreaker and drive back.
Not a bad idea.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
You see, my favorite trivia is that there is a level that is just a Kiss concert.
Is there? There is. Hotter than
There
hell,
is.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna.
What you do is you have to go around the level and light up every letter in Kiss, and then they have a really really awful CGI Kiss concert where they play they just play one of the 3 songs, one of the 3 Kiss songs in the game.
Oh my god!
And then like they just like dub in like pyrotechnics noises and then like crowd cheering.
But there's no one there.
And there's no one there. It's really awkward.
That is surreal as shit.
And then if you beat the game on the hardest difficulty, you can skate as Gene Simmons, and that is not a joke.
Oh, is that rad? I think not.
and in Pro Skater 4, you could skate as Eddie, the Iron Maiden mascot.
Oh, dude, that's fucking sick.
And then I think that's the only time they've ever had musically. No, Billy Joe from Green Day is playable in American Wasteland.
Does he skate? I don't know. Wait, can't you play as Lil Wayne at number 5?
Yeah, yes you can.
Does he skate? I know he cannot play guitar.
I think on paper he skates.
Technically, hypothetically speaking, he is a skater. You know who probably doesn't skate? Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio. That's Armageddon. Oh, that's a great song too. I love that song. Alkaline Trio, so good.
Armageddon.
All right, Assorted Jelly Beans. Rebel Yell.
Yeah, Rebel
Oh
Yell.
my god, that song's terrible, and I hate that song. But that record is not as good as their first one. But this actually is my least favorite Assorted Jelly Bean song.
See what else did I got on
Authority
here?
Zero, Every Day. Oh, Bad Religion again with Big Bang. Oh, this is just the punk section.
This is just punk. No Effects, The Separation of Church and Skate.
Dropkicks Murphys, Time to Go. That one's good. GBH, Crush 'Em, Hot Water Music again, fucking amazing band. Oh shit, Painted Black is on here, dude. That's fucking insane. That's Dan Yemen's I think most recent band. Dan Yemen is the owner of J Tree Records, and he's also in Kid Dynamite and Lifetime. But I'm a huge Dan Yemen fan. I love all of his projects that he's been in. Refused, New Noise. I love the Refused. They're great.
Social Distortion, Mommy's Little Monster, The Clash, Right Riot, The Addicts, Viva Love Revolution.
Seed by Sublime.
Big ones.
That song's a mess.
Yeah.
That song's like all over the place, and it's just like change. It's still a good song. Strike
Plants,
Anywhere.
California
Holy shit.
Babylon.
The Transplants. I've never been a Transplants fan. I like Blink, but Transplants is a
neither have I.
little too much for me. Strike Anywhere. I fucking love Strike Anywhere so much. They're super good.
And if you cut down into rock other Authority Zero, it's like, why did that not get
Why is that not in the punk
is that
section?
not in the punk?
Are we wrong?
Fu Manchu, High on Fire.
Oh, High on
Three
Fire.
Kiss
Holy
songs.
shit. Yeah. Three of them. You got Jane's Addiction, In Flames. Holy fuck. Entombed as well? What is this soundtrack? You got some fucking
Mastodon.
melodic death metal over here. Holy shit. Mastodon. Queens of the Stone Age. Oh yeah, that's SOD. Milk. Dude, SOD's a piece of shit band. Fuck them. Same with Superjoint Ritual. That's the fucking band that the lead singer of Pantera's in, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, fuck him. Fuck them and fuck SOD. Fucking racist ass bands. I like Kiss though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I fucking love Kiss. But anyways, I fucking love Kiss. They're a great power pop band. I hate their marketing, the way they market themselves. It's fucking cringe. It's really bad. But Kiss has some great fucking songs, honestly.
I mean, they're like the Misfits of metal.
Oh, definitely. I wouldn't even call them metal. I just think they're like power pop, if anything. But
Rock.
shit. But you know what's not shit? Bus Driver, Imaginary Places.
Oh, that's a good song. Fun
I don't-
song. That made
Talk
me
about
fall in
Bus
love
Driver.
with Bus Driver.
Should people listen to Bus Driver?
I think people should listen to Bus Driver. He's a very rapper to listen to, and was, I think, one of the godfathers of like weird internet rap. I know
Mhm.
that there's many people who will attribute him as like their biggest influence.
Oh yeah, definitely. Bus Driver's great. Also, I'm kind
what
of shocked
were we
that
saying
Cannibal
last
Ox is
night?
on here. Oh, what
Yeah,
what
we're
would
at the- we're
Bus
at the-
Drivers All right, so if any of y'all
Taco.
don't know, Travis Scott has a burger coming. He has a burger out that I actually ate, and we were after Corrupt Vision practice. We had a discussion of what other rappers what would their meal be, and we were in Del Taco waiting, and Tommy said, "What'd you say about Bus Driver's meal?"
It's like what would a bus driver Del Taco like meal be? Would it be like, can I get a metaphorical taco? Can I get the idea of a taco?
It's so fucking because that I think that like perfectly encapsulates what like the Bus Driver style. Same with Cannibal
Yeah.
Ox. Like I'm kind of surprised that they're on something like this.
Mr. Lift too.
Deltron 3030. Again, we talked about how great they are. I do like how there is a group or somebody named Juggernauts, and for a second I thought it said Juggalo, but I would not be surprised if I Google this super quick and it will be. Oh, I was wrong. They're not a Hatchet Man style band. I apologize, Juggernauts.
I'm very sorry to lump you in together.
Yeah, I know you listen to this podcast, but MF Doom is featured on a song.
Let's see what else. Mr. Lift, Which I only know Mr. Lift is because one of his songs used to come with, I think, Windows 7.
That
That's not a joke.
is funny. Like how Weezer used to come with 95, I think.
Yep. Quasimodo, People Under the Stairs, Nas,
Oh, dude,
Hers.
Quasimodo's so fucking good.
Um,
R.A. the Rugged Man, who I think he has. Hold up, let me double check my facts here. I think he released an album. Oh no, he has 2 unreleased albums. Yeah, that's what it is.
did you say he's the king of the underground?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Eh.
Absolutely not. No, he's great. Not a lot of even people who listen to underground hip hop do not know R.A. the Rugged Man. If anyone, I would say probably MF Doom. I would say MF Doom is the king of the underground hip hop. But Jurassic 5 is on this, which they're I love them. They're a great band, great group.
You want to cut into underground too, or you want to cut it?
Oh
you wanna
no,
cut it
we're
here?
gonna have to pick this up a little later too, because there's a lot of Tony Hawk
Yes.
games.
There's a lot of songs.
There's a lot of songs
Funny that
too.
this one doesn't have much in the way of what's the word I'm looking for? Like no weird localization releases or anything.
yeah.
They're probably like,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
there's
right.
enough music.
Yeah, it's good enough.
Yeah. Curious if more stuff was taken out of the if stuff you would get removed or whatnot for because it's so many songs that you
Yeah.
think that they would probably want to. It's kind of funny that like yeah, other people in other countries have probably a different Tony Hawk experience,
Yeah,
at least with the music wise. So
at least the Koreans did. But yeah, I'm totally down to do the last 5, which is Underground 2, American Wasteland, Project 8, Proving Ground, and Pro Skater 5 from the main series. And then if you want, we could we could do the spin-offs, Downhill Jam, Motion, Ride Shred, and Shred Session. Do those have songs that you're aware of?
one of the one of the games features C Vende from San Diego. It's like a local San Diego band that really kind of friends with, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm in a Tony Hawk game." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm on the iOS version." I was like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "Yeah, Tony liked my song." I was like, "All right."
Cool. That's fucking
Um,
rad.
if you guys want to hear us rip apart other game soundtracks, I'm totally down.
Yeah, I want to talk about the Downhill Jam soundtrack. I'm interested in, like what weird shit is on that. Of course, there's 40 fucking songs on it. Holy shit, that's a lot.
I know one of them is it's like a anarchist rapper. Can't think of his name right now. Oh, why is it eluding me?
Oh, Lil Uzi Vert.
Yes. No. Lupe Fiasco. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You actually might like this soundtrack.
Oh hell yeah! All right, so there is going to be a part 2 of this, but I'd say let's do the podcast where we talk with someone. Do this one. Do another one where we interview someone, and then do the last one, which are the remakes and the repackages.
Yeah, we won't just like 3 weeks of like, hey, we're just gonna
straight
talk about
Tony Hawk. And then we should talk about like the game series, like eventually for the No Time Gaming podcast. We'll see. All right, let's call it.
Yep. Have a good week, guys. Thank you guys for listening.
Yes.
At No Time Records OC on Instagram, at NTR Podcast on Instagram. No Time Records, No Time for Fun.bandcamp.com. No Time Records on Facebook, at NTR Pod on Twitter. Find us. You know how to find us.
Do you have that written down somewhere?
No.
Oh, because every time you say that, I was like, he has that. Like, he's reading a post-it note like on his desk right now.
Off top, I think I get one of the. I think I always forget one of them or get one wrong every week. So
there's a million of them right now. So, but yeah, thank you all. Again, sorry there was no podcast last week. As last week. As last week.